Did your JE result feel like a closing door? Mine did too. FIITJEE, bad results, a college that nobody heard of, 60 students in my batch, in the middle of nowhere. By the end of my BTech, I had a fully funded PhD in the United States in a top tier AI research lab. No IIT, no NIT, no connections, and not a single rupee spent by my parents. In the next 10 minutes, I'll tell you exactly what I did different. In class 10, I was genuinely good, proud of myself good. Then I joined FIITJEE, and I want to be honest about what that felt like. It felt like walking into a room where everyone else had been given a manual and you never received one. The pace, the competition, the rankings on the notice board. I could not keep up. Slowly, very slowly, I started believing something dangerous. I started believing I wasn't smart enough. Nobody had to say it out loud. The system said it for me. I didn't crack JEE the way I wanted to, and India's system handed me a label. You're not good enough. How many of you are carrying that label right now? I carried it longer than I should probably have. For my BTech, I joined IIIT Naya Raipur. Brand new college, only CSE and ECE departments, 60 students in my entire batch, campus on the outskirts of Raipur, away from the city, away from anything that looked like opportunity. And when I told people that I got into IIIT Naya Raipur, I could see the disappointment. Not IIT, not NIT, not even a college that most people heard of. And somewhere inside, a part of me agreed with their reaction. But here is what I've learned since. The size of your college doesn't determine the size of your life. I just didn't know that yet. First year of BTech, I was still figuring out if I even belong there. Happy Days సినిమాలో చూపించినట్టు అంతా జాయ్ఫుల్ గా అయితే లేకుండే. Then something small happened, the kind of thing that only looks significant in hindsight. I was just talking to a professor, genuinely curious, without any agenda. He offered me a chance to work on a research project with him over the summer. Now think about why that happened. It happened because at a college with 60 students, I was visible. He knew my name, he knew I was curious, he had space to notice me. అదే ఇంకో కాలేజ్లో thousands of students కన్నా పైన ఉంటే that same conversation might never have happened. Not because I wouldn't have deserved it, but because the system wouldn't have had the room for it. ఆ summer I worked really hard, harder than I ever had. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరో ఫోర్స్ చేస్తున్నారు అని కాకుండా for the very first time, I felt the work was mine. At the end of that summer, we published a research paper. I was 19 years old, first year of BTech, and I could publish a research paper. That paper is still my most cited work to this day. A college nobody had heard of, a student who didn't make it, and a paper that researchers around the world have cited. Second year low, I did a startup internship. Good people, decent money, anta baane undi. But I kept comparing it to the summer where I worked on my own research project. The freedom of chasing a question nobody had answered yet. And the feeling of that work being yours. Corporate work lo script untadi. You come in, do your part, and leave. Nothing wrong with that. But I had tasted something different, and I couldn't go back. So I kept doing research throughout my BTech, not because I had a plan, but because I genuinely loved it. By the time I finished my BTech, I had 3 conference papers and a journal publication. Again, no IIT, no NIT, a college with 60 students in Raipur, and a research record that was about to open a door that I never imagined. Prior publications undadam valla, I got a chance to interview with a leading AI researcher running a lab in the United States. He offered me an internship. Final semester of BTech lo, I boarded a flight to America. I remember sitting on that plane thinking, how did I even get here? A few years ago, I was sitting in FIITJEE feeling like I wasn't smart enough. And now, I'm flying to work in an AI research lab in the US. I worked from January to June 2020 as an intern, and COVID hit. The world shut down. But before I flew back, I had an offer in my hand, a direct PhD admission right after my BTech, which is fully funded. కానీ చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నాకు ఏదో బిజినెస్ పెట్టుకోవాలి పెద్ద అయ్యాక అని ఉండేది. అండ్ ఐ థాట్ MBA was the right degree for me to do to help me start a business of my own. PhD ఆఫర్ అయితే వచ్చింది కానీ I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. కానీ మా మమ్మీ నాకు ఎప్పుడు చిన్నప్పుడు చెప్తా ఉండేది maximum ఎంత చదవగలమో అంత చదవాలి అని. So I thought PhD is my cue to do this. And also I would be doing something that I loved and enjoyed doing all through my bachelor's. So I said yes to the PhD application and never looked back. నేను ఇదంతా ఏదో నేను చాలా సాధించేశాను అని చెప్పడానికి అయితే కాదు. I tell it because I know exactly how many of you are sitting in a college that doesn't feel good enough. So let me tell you what actually made the difference. అది లక్కో కాదు, టాలెంటో కాదు. Being visible is a superpower. And small colleges give it to you. At a big institution, you're a roll number. At a smaller one, your professor knows your face. Talk to them, ask questions, show up, and you have an advantage IT students don't. The ability to be seen. Use it. Your BTech is not a 4-year countdown to placement. The job will come. I promise you, it will come. But if you optimize only for day one salary, you'll miss the experiences that actually make you irreplaceable. Say yes before you feel ready. I had no idea what I was doing when I worked on my first paper. I said yes anyway. Every opportunity I took before I felt qualified, those were the ones that changed my life. Please stop carrying a label someone else gave you. JEE is one exam. One. It is not a measure of your curiosity, your grit, your creativity, or your ceiling. నువ్వేదో ఒక్కసారి ఫెయిల్ అయ్యావని నీ జీవితం మొత్తం నువ్వు ఫెయిల్యూర్గా మిగిలిపోలేదు. అసలు ఫెయిల్యూర్ అనే కాన్సెప్టే లేదు. యూ డిడ్ సంథింగ్, ఇట్ డెంట్ వర్క్అవుట్, ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ అబౌట్ దాట్. Move on with your life. You're capable of doing amazing things. Don't let one exam or one event or one incident define what you'll be in the future. I think about that student in FIITJEE sometimes, the one who thought he wasn't smart enough. I want to go back and tell him, you're not failing. You're just not being seen yet. Go somewhere where you can be seen and then show up. Show up fully. If you are that student today in a college that doesn't feel impressive, carrying a result that doesn't feel like you, I see you. And I want you to dream bigger than the system told you to. Because my path didn't follow the map and it led somewhere extraordinary. Yours doesn't have to follow the map either. If this meant something to you, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Not for me, but for them. And one last thing. నేను ఈ వ్లాగ్ ప్రైమర్లీ ఇంగ్లీష్లో అయితే చేశాను. ఇది ప్రాబ్లీ నా సెకండ్ యూట్యూబ్ వీడియో. ఫస్ట్ దాంట్లో అయితే అసలు వాయిస్ ఓవర్ ఇవ్వలేదు. సో వీడియోస్ ఎవరు చూస్తున్నారు అనేది ఇంకా తెలియదు. ఐ థాట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ వుడ్ బి బెటర్ టు రీచ్ అ లార్జర్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఆడియన్స్. కానీ ఇఫ్ మెజారిటీ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ కన్స్యూమింగ్ దిస్ వీడియో, ఎస్పెషల్లీ from the Telugu states, please do let me know. I'm very happy to do a Telugu only version of the video. And yeah, I have nothing else. Please do subscribe. Bye bye. See you in the next one.